Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in or welcome back. Either one, either way, I'm pretty happy today. And I'm probably going to be sharing a bit more of it. Hang on. There we go. We are in. Almost. Now we're in. I can't have one of these streams without the music. But anyway, welcome back and welcome in. And once again, just like the last few times, I actually didn't really have any idea what we were doing today going in. I did think of one, but I haven't really gotten started on because I'm actually kind of on a tight schedule. Hi, Searchy. Welcome back. Good to see you so soon. I actually have a pretty tight schedule at the moment. So I figured I would do this stream in particular, both a little bit earlier and also probably cut it at exactly the 1 hour mark. So an hour from now, I'm probably gonna have to end it from there, whatever point we're at. Also, I wanted to share the piece we did last week has been finished. Multitasking on a call with my friend and watching the. Okay, as long as my voice isn't too distracting from you, should be fun. This is the end result of the piece that we did last week. And the person that I did this for was very happy with it. So, makes me happy that they're happy. And what else was there? What else is there that I can actually share here? Other than that, not much else, and we are back to here today. So, in case you're wondering, by the way, what exactly I'm so pumped up about, well, like I mentioned before, in my previous live streams and maybe a few posts as well, school has ended for me. I have completed the program that I've been attending. It's for electrical technology because I'm looking to become an electrician. And I'm about to begin working on what I went to school for. Starting tomorrow. Very, very early in the morning, which is why I'm thinking of making this stream in particular so short. So just to get everyone up to speed, everyone who is interested. What am I drawing? Honestly, I have completely nothing here at the moment. But I did have a idea. It's just gonna be, it's most likely not gonna make it past the sketch phase in this stream. This is gonna be, let's see if I can. This is gonna be me or some other character by the campfire with a Christmas tree and a Christmas hat and all that jazz. Or I guess a holiday hat. Always mute me. Well, do what you gotta do, of course. Like I said, I hope I'm not too distracting from the call that you're in. just recently added a bunch of this game's soundtrack to the chill and relax playlist because this game has been consuming me for the past 2 weeks. But it's a good game to be consumed by, and if you've been consumed by it before as well, then I'm sure you know why. It's crazy to think that despite growing up with, at least during my teen years, growing up with Terraria, I grew up with Terraria during that time, and never really this game as much. Now, granted, this game did come out a whole 5 years later, but I didn't start playing Terraria until, I think, when the 1.3 update came out, which, holy crud, that was like already almost 10 years ago now, wasn't it? Well. Ah, crud. I hope you take care of your tongue. I kind of did the same thing this morning, actually. Sipped my morning tea a bit too quickly when I thought that it had cooled down. Too many things to do. Well, if it were me, just saying, I would probably prioritize the things that need immediate attention and wouldn't really consider watching a live stream to be the most imperative. What I'm saying is, do what you gotta do. Alright, let's see. How do I want to do this? Most importantly, who do I want to put in this beanbag? Take your advice and watch your live after I'm done. That's, yeah. good course of action, and I'll see you later. Well, it's a bit jarring to go from Stardew Valley soundtrack to not Stardew Valley soundtrack, because I've just been listening to the playlist non-stop, except for the winter parts, because I haven't gotten that far in the game yet. I don't want to spoil myself. Knew something looked just a little bit funky. cartoonishly large hot chocolate mug. Hello, and welcome in. Just for a bit of added context, I had no plans whatsoever. Kind of like the last few times, kind of like the last few live streams, I had no plans whatsoever on what I was going to be doing. So I just kind of figured, why not draw something? Why not at least try to start something a bit holiday related? Because that's another thing I want to bring up actually, is that I'm planning on most likely going to be taking next week's stream day off. Because it is, 21st of December. Also, just to get everyone up to speed, the stream is going to be a lot shorter than they usually are. As in, I'm going to wrap this up in about exactly an hour, an hour from when the stream started, which is about 40 minutes from now. So what I'm drawing here probably isn't going to make it past the sketching stage, but it'll be a start at the very least, and hopefully I'll finish it up before next week. And if I do finish it up before next week, then that just might be my I'll make it as a Happy Holidays post. Oh wow, came from the Water Flame Terraria music video pack mod. I should really update that again sometime. Also, hi, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you all the way over from that side of the channel. And yeah, I have been meaning to update that mod for a while since. because after I recently started my own Drunk Seed world, and then hearing the Terraria Otherworld music, it got me thinking maybe I should update that other complete half of the pack with even more Waterflame music. I think that'd be interesting. And thank you for the compliment as well. I've been getting super serious about drawing since exactly a year from now, actually. Since December last year. I'm assuming with the new music he's made, that, and also because of the new music he's made, and because of a bunch of other tracks that I had to consider when I was making the original pack as well. That I could probably just use as the otherworldly tracks instead. And you bet that I am going to use Giant Space Squid as the Moon Lord theme in the update, as the otherworldly song. Also, dang it, forgot the chat wasn't updated. Happens every single time. Welcome back, Sergi. If you do, then you might want to, like, get up from the computer or your phone, or put the phone down, or whatever. Because getting something like that all over your device would be bad. If you slash for Otherworldly Pumpkin Moon, I will keep that in mind. Also, it's that's probably a song I'm gonna have to actually listen to for the first time. Because with Waterflame's freaking gigantic track record, I had to go all the way back in the 2000s on his Newgrounds page to get the music that I did for the initial mod. So you're saying you're quite behind on his music. Ever since he released his, that one, hang on for just a second, I'm gonna look it up on Spotify. Ever since he released that one collaboration that he did with F777, that's just what I call him. Let's see, it's around here somewhere. I added it in the middle of the year, earlier this year. Moonbeam, that's what it was called. Ever since he released Moonbeam, I've kind of needed to catch up with him. Yeah, because he's been releasing quite a few singles lately with his new studio, which is really neat. Yeah, he's been making a lot of these, and I hope that he's been uploading them to Newgrounds as well, so that I can attach the link to them. Or more so that the link to them will still work. Where did I put my... there it is. Say the same. Rampart was a personal favorite of mine. I will definitely keep that in mind when I am listening to his catalog. I might just play his music on loop, a random song, while I'm playing Terraria sometime. See which one sticks and where. Or I'll just do it while playing Minecraft or something. Or XCOM 2, which, gotta say, was the second... XCOM 2 in particular was the Steam replay actually released earlier today, I believe. And XCOM 2 is apparently my second most played game this year. And I'm pretty sure it was the last year as well. Then Terraria was third place. No, Slay the Spire was third place. Fourth place was Terraria, and then fifth was Into the Breach. Which I gotta say, with how much I played Into the Breach offline, that might just have to offset Terraria a bit, but that's a... we don't need to go into the super intricate details of that. And neither does Steam, really. Switch device because my phone is gonna die on a long bus trip. Lucky, honestly. I've been watching a whole lot of videos from the channel, not just bikes. And the dude makes me envious of parts of the world where travel is just much, much simpler compared to places like majority of North America, which is where I happen to be from. haven't saved since we started, I just realized. Oh, cool. Your phone might live then. I was just saying, by the way, how I envy the fact that you're actually on a bus, because I've been watching a whole lot of a YouTube channel called Not Just Bikes lately, and it does a very good job at making you envious of probably the more efficient places of public transit in the world, at least compared to places like North America, which is where I happen to live. And in comparison, it makes this part of the world look like we're evolving, but backwards, if you know what I mean. In fact, Larfling does have his own short lo-fi tracks. If you wish to listen to them, that's not a bad idea. And I would add them to, say, the playlist that we're listening to right now if a majority of his music wasn't actually copyrighted. And I don't want to risk any of that. Because even in the Strikeforce Heroes All Bosses, Strikeforce Heroes Remastered All Bosses video that I'm sure you may have seen at the front of this channel, yeah, even that has a bunch of his music being claimed in there. And I'm very sad to say that my #1 favorite song from him, and also my favorite song of all time, Ricochet Love, that is also copyright claimed, unfortunately. I first heard it in Raise 2 on Armor Games a million years ago, and it has never left my head since. And it has stayed at the top. It has stayed at the top of my favorites list, and also the first song in my everything playlist, which consists of like 1,500 songs on Spotify. and it's also not a fitting theme for the Empress of Light, which is a perfect pick for that mod, by the way. I'm guessing you put the word not in there by accident. If you say that it was a perfect mod. And if so, then thank you, and I agree completely. I will never forget the first time I defeated her during the day on my master mode for the Worthy Seed. Which, by the way, I did complete. It was a lot of fun. It was like 180 hours of suffering, but it was still a worthwhile experience. The Get Fixed Boy Seed, on the other hand, though. That one's got me a bit stumped. You're good. No worries. Hang on. Alright, and we are back. also found out that Sweden, the song from Minecraft, apparently is also copyrighted on YouTube, and it's not by C418, which kind of says a lot about the whole copyright system, which is still in shambles. Welcome back. It's just talking about how, because a Minecraft song showed up on the playlist for a second, I was talking about how Sweden song was copyrighted on YouTube, except not by C418. Which kind of goes to show how still in shambles the copyright system is on YouTube. Copyright thing with Warframe, aren't his original singles the only things not copyrighted? I'm not entirely sure, because I haven't really... Although maybe there is some kind of copyright checking website that exists out there that I should probably try out sometime. Especially if I am gonna stay with YouTube like I am, or like I want to. crud. Was just checking on his actual website because you know, I actually didn't know. I always assumed that he just had his presence on Newgrounds and a few of the other platforms to share music on, but I didn't think to actually look for his own personal website, because I just pulled everything from Newgrounds and occasionally YouTube as well. So that's good to know. Wait, he had a Shopify. That's the merchandise page that's on Spotify, isn't it? Oh yeah. He used to have a merch page here. I remember that. I even remember thinking maybe I should look more into that sometime. But oh, crud. Oh well. Maybe there'll be another opportunity to support him in the future. Speaking of which, I just had a thought on the topic of electronic artists that I grew up with in the past. There is another that I discovered from Raise 2, the same as Waterflame, and the composer's name is Zircon Music, more specifically. He did a few tracks in Raise 2, specifically Warhead, Necromancy, and Throwdown, I believe. I think he's got Patreon. Okay, that's actually really reassuring. I'm gonna look into that as soon as I'm able to see if I could support Waterflame at all. Because ever since I was, ever since free time during the computer lab, way back since grade school, he's helped make those moments a lot more memorable. But as I was saying, so Zircon Music, I've been listening to. He's probably my third favorite electronic music composer at this point, I'd say. Waterflame, I think, would be first, and then the second one I have to go to an artist called Electric Dragon, who mainly has a presence on Spotify and Bandcamp, I believe. Who also makes a bunch of electronic, dark synth, just very fast-paced soundtracks that I really, really like. He also did the original soundtrack for the game Rollerdrome, which is pretty cool. And it's also a pretty cool game that I definitely recommend checking out if you haven't. As I was saying again, the reason why I brought up Zircon Music is because he's actually working on another album that's supposed to be a continuation of his album way back in 2014 or 2012, maybe even. of his album called Identity Sequence, which probably would have to be my... Actually, no, I'd say it absolutely is my favorite album that I've listened to this year. I have... My favorite song of the year is from a completely different album. But as for an album itself, it'd probably have to go to Identity Sequence by Zircon. And he's currently working on a continuation of that. He even made a Kickstarter for it, which is really interesting. Unfortunately, it ended as soon as I found out about it, but thankfully I'm pretty sure it has been funded, so he's at work on it as we speak at this moment in time. Or at least has been working on it. Figure out the face later and stuff. Ah, crud. I just remembered about the legs that I have to get to, which I'm now planning on having each decorated as well. Wait, wonder if Zircon will be big enough to be used in Geometry Dash. I'm pretty sure some of Necromancy. Listen to Necromancy and you might actually recognize it from, I think, a very popular boss fight level that I remember actually used that song. So Zircon has made it big with, I think, very few songs, but I also highly recommend just listening to his entire discography, because it's all on Spotify and it's all copyright free as well. In fact, some of his songs are in this playlist that we're listening to. That's if he's on Newgrounds. He is on Newgrounds. That's where Sky9 Games got his music to use in Race 2. So he does have a presence on Newgrounds and Bandcamp and everything. I also hope I'm not blowing out the audio or anything when I speak up like that. Hope that the limiter is working just fine. Racing games, I'll have to go listen to Hyperspin by Waterflame. That's definitely another song I'll have to listen to when I'm picking out songs for the Waterflame music pack. And also, when I say I'm not actually mentioning racing games. When I say I'm actually saying Raze too, as in R-A-Z-E. It's a side-scrolling shooting game that's heavily based off of Halo, that existed way back on Armor Games, and also Newgrounds as well. And it was ported to a bunch of other big Flash game websites, I'm sure, as well. Oh wow. Alright, an hour and 7 minutes in. I am, just as a heads up, I am gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon. I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made on it so far. And I'm happy to be talking about something like this as well in the chat. Hello, and welcome in. And do I take requests? I mean, as a quick little scribble on the canvas. Absolutely, I would do that, as I've done in the past few times. Like one time when I was drawing something for my brother's birthday, the chat demanded that I draw just a cheeseburger in the middle of it, so I obliged. I drew Bergie from Game Grumps, and then kept him on the canvas indefinitely. But as for actual full-on pieces, or I guess commissions, I'm not that far into this. I'm not that far into that kind of whole ordeal. Not yet, at least. I'm just doing this for fun. Closest thing I had to request, actually, was the thumbnail for this stream in particular. Because someone who liked my art, someone who liked my drawings, just asked, hey, what if we did a little collab? Your character and my character, and this was a result of that. And I was pretty happy with it, and they were also very happy with it as well. So ultimately, it really depends, I guess, about requests and stuff. Like I did say before, though, I am going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. Some serious life events are happening tomorrow. Technically they happen today, but they're actually going to begin moving tomorrow. Yeah, this character, this VTuber model in particular that you're seeing right now. Actually, no, the spider. That one in particular is supposed to be an upgrade to this current VTuber model eventually. I'd like to either figure out how to do it myself or just pay someone else to do it. I'm more likely gonna pay somebody else to do it, to make a full-on actual VTuber model of the spider instead. Because this VTuber model and that character are supposed to be the same character, with a whole bunch of lore implications, if you will, and stuff like that, and a whole, 50-page lore that every single VTuber has for some reason. I keep telling myself I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon. And here I am looking for just ways to keep it going. that keeps me entertained for the remainder of the time I watch. You're fun to talk to either way. Thank you. For real, actually, thank you. It's, like I said, it's fun to talk about stuff that, say, the composers that you grew up with, and the music that they make, and also ways to support them, and also future plans with making something new out of their music, i.e. the Terraria mod. So, I appreciate your presence here very much. Okay, I think I found a decent reason to stop now, and that's just looking at the fact that I'm gonna have to draw each and every single one of these legs, like I usually do. That's the only thing about choosing to... Oh yeah, that's right. 1.4.5, which they say they're gonna release, which they've said that they were gonna release for like the past 2 years now, but haven't. But still, the longer they cook, as the young people say, then the better it's gonna be. Was saying though, a good reason for me to stop now is because I'm just looking at the legs and the fact that I have to draw each of them. That's the only thing about choosing to be a half spider person, is that you have a million different legs to draw. Much easier to pick like anything mammalian. But I decided to go with something similar to an insect instead, which have a million limbs, so that's just on me. Alright, I think that will... Updates on there, yeah. I've been keeping up with them as well. Occasionally a chippy gaming video will show up in my feed, and I will take a look to see just how far they have cooked, as they say. Alright, I think that'll do it then. In terms of actual artwork, this is literally just the sketch layer and not much else because I didn't really have a plan going in, but it was still fun to do this again. It was very fun to talk as well. And honestly, I'd say I probably went just a little bit overboard because I was planning on wrapping this up a little bit sooner, but it's all fine. It's all said and good. And I enjoyed my time here nonetheless. And I hope you did too. So if everything is said and done, the takeaway from this would be to be sure to subscribe. Thank you very much for this subscription. And I hope you have a good one. And if everything is said and done, I'll be wrapping everything up right now. So, as always, I'll see everybody later and have a very good one. Have a good night, as well as a good holiday season. Because I probably won't, like I said before, don't expect a stream next week because I'm probably going to take that day off. Okay, for all this time, see you later. Goodbye.